Okay, so the 7 years of tribulation, how it works in the fifth dimension, and I've explained to you how we're sliding down the timeline, okay? So the 7 years of tribulation for the fifth dimension and people who were able to observe the fifth dimension, including people who start to observe it on the last day. And I'll reference you to the parable of the laborers, where the laborers that arrived at the end of the day were paid to the same wage as the laborers who had been there working all day. Okay? So that's a heaven's wage. Even if you start to accept and see the fifth dimension and the Holy Spirit on the last day, if you make that deal with him, you get a heaven's wage too. The same as anybody who had started to observe and accept the Holy Spirit anytime within the last 7 years of the tribulation or before. Okay, so basically, the 7 years of the tribulation for fifth dimensional people are ending. We're ending. We saw that God is a good God. And his tribulation is not what people planned it to be. It's not bunker mentality tribulation. And he's letting those people pass through. They've reached the vibrational state in which they can be accepted into a new reality, and they have been. For the third dimension, remember, you come against and you bounce, you hit the sun burp, basically the X-class flare. It sends the third dimension back down the timeline. So they go back through the 7 years. Their 7 years begins at the burp, the sun burp. They go back through the 7 years, but they do it without the love of God, like I've explained, and without the love of God's people, who are a loving people. So we won't be there to intercede. We won't be there to teach or to be able to show this next dimension of reality, or to work out the deals that we are starting to work out now for humanity. So that's basically how the trials and the tribulations are have gone and will go. So fifth dimension, you're almost there. Third dimension, get ready, you're up.